I am about to commit one of the biggest mistakes in my aquascaping career again, trying to build a nano aquarium, something that I didn't do for a long time because always other team members were building the nano aquariums here on this channel. The second mistake that I'm going to commit is using the Ice Age stones, which are absolutely beautiful and the color matches the ADA Colorado sand color perfectly. But these guys are not made to construct structures from it. And in a small aquarium, are you crazy? And also Erkut is here to help me with the planting later on. So let's see where we get. I have a general idea about what I want to do. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. How do we start? We start by measuring the Dennerle aquarium, and it turns out that it's 30 by 30 by 34. So good thing that I can do a cube layout with 4 centimeters of something at the bottom, which I'm not going to do because I'm going to only have sand at the bottom. So if I build this up completely, I will still have 5 centimeters at the front. And the height is 35. Actually, Tommy has measured it and it's 29 centimeters from the inside of the glass to the other side. So we have to build something at 29. So I'm going to build a structure which is very similar to an inspiration photo, minus the wood. I do stones only scape now. And I forgot to tell you, it's for a betta. If we find a betta that has the same color, and I know there are some, beige color, I would love it.
No, this is a red one.
The guys already hate it.
Yes.
Yeah, Tommy, I am building a big layout with glued rocks together of these stones, which is almost impossible because it's almost impossible to build something out of these. I will show you how to make a proper betta tank. I will fail miserably, I can already see. If I always go the same way, I'm gonna be bored to hell. Okay, very difficult to hold it. So we need to glue these guys together. So I will use the green aqua glue with the Riverest fast fusion compound that I'm going to use in between the rocks. And these will bond the rock structure that I want to build. Hopefully it's going to be strong enough for this. If not, that's the third risk of this video. The whole thing is going to collapse and our friend and guest Erkut is going to have a good laugh on me. Okay, so the first gluing is done and I can already see that it's holding nicely. I put some sand on top, which means that this will look even more natural. First one is ready and we almost ran out of space. So the main idea is to do a kind of a cave thing. What I also have to take into consideration that if I leave an empty space in the back, the betta will hide there and you will not see anything. Then I need to build like in a straight wall. I need to fasten it somehow. Now, here's the end of the layout. So I built the right side of it. You can see it from the front right now. Maybe I need one more bigger rock. How about this? This looks great, but it has a different color. Oh, I could build like this. Towards the back. Don't fall, please. Doesn't look organic to me. But what if I actually turn it the other way around? This compound liquid superglue combination works perfectly. This is the right side of the aquarium. I just put in this rock on top. And I will continue building it like this somehow. Don't forget that we need to go 35 centimeters high from this point, this much. So now that the structure is getting like bigger, I really have to be careful because when I lift this, if I kind of lift it from two sides and in the middle there's like a weak link in between two rocks, that will break. This could work, actually. There you go. This is the front, Now you see it as it is, and I'm trying to put something that would continue this line, but I also need to kind of bend it. I would ideally want to bend it somehow. Whoa, this is good. Yeah, let's do this somehow. Good. Let's continue the second line here. Whoa. Should I start gluing something at the bottom so that it stands better? Okay. Good. Standing on its own. We have one peak right here, and I want a second higher peak actually in there. Okay, so this is the top for sure. We need something in between these that will hold it. Okay. Nope. Now we know that this doesn't break. Actually, the sand will also keep these two rocks together. So if I glue the sand, that also acts like a bridge between the two rocks, which is cool. I'm just trying to maximize the contact surface between two rocks. This is bending somewhat, this is bending more, and it's leading the eye towards the golden ratio point of the aquarium. So ideally, I want this to bend more than this one. Ugh, glue sickness. Watery eyes. Aquascaping makes me emotional. Okay, good, done. And now I have a decision to make, whether to continue this with another rock which is like on top of it here, pointing that way, much higher, almost to the surface, connecting to this point, like have three rocks here, or to just have another one on this side. And I think that it would be better if I would actually have a third rock pointing here. That would be nice, and it's also higher. So now we have to connect this guy to this structure to the back. That is something that will add a lot of interesting detail to this layout. We have to continue by adding another one at the bottom of this. It just needs to like stay on top of this. Okay, so please glue it here. Finally, you can see the front, because I've been working with the back towards you guys. Let's see what's happening on the other side, the dark side. So as you can see, this right there is exactly below that. We could put another one here. The more details you have in a nano aquarium, the better. Better. Remember, it must be better than what Tommy did. What I'm doing is, there's some spots where you have the glue dripping down on the rocks, and I'm spraying some sand on top so that the sand is actually covering the rock, which will give it a nice texture. I glued this here because I want this tip to actually cover part of the background here to add detail. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the middle, right? So you have an interesting shape. Then I glued this rock on because I want to continue this structure towards the front, like that. And then I put this in to start the line from this point and lead it up towards that place. That is the left side of the layout. It starts like that and it ends in like tippy points towards the middle. The whole thing is very, very unnatural at this moment, so you can tell that it's been something invented by somebody. You don't see that too much in nature, do you? The problem is this part here. This part here. So that would be really nice if I would have this. See? Exactly this, but very thin over there to cover this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this, you can see that it's glued. want to do is probably gonna come here. Ready. Okay. So this okay, so the aquarium is here. Erkut is here. Welcome to Green Aqua, brother.
Nice to be at Green Aqua again,
Good
my
to
friend.
have
Yes.
you. I still have my gloves on because we will do the hardscape session detailing first, and then we will have the planting session. So any ideas of what plants to use?
Crypto parva and Anubias mini coin, maybe?
Let's put in the mini coin first.
Sure.
That's actually a very good idea because the small leaves of the mini coin will complement the details of the
Yes.
aquarium very much. Now I'm starting to have doubts about planting when after putting the hardscape in, because if we want to like glue the mini coin in,
Yes.
we should probably do it over there, right?
Yeah.
So I swap, put it here.
Fit.
I don't want to try the hardscape. This was made very precisely Balázs style, so
Yes,
it
I
will
see that, yeah.
surely flat. Can you give me the measuring tape? So, guys, this is 29 to the end of the thing. So we have 2 centimeters right here.
You've got 29 in the aquarium.
But this is 27, guys.
27?
Yeah, the hardscape itself is
Do
27.
you measure it correctly? On
Yes,
the
I
left
do
side?
measure it correctly. It will fit perfectly. Crypts go on that side and this side, also in the middle, probably in there, planted in the sand. And then we start with Anubias mini, and then as we go upwards with it, less and less patches.
Yes.
Do you think that this would be suitable for a beta? Because I can already see the comments that this doesn't.
Exactly. But it's
So
good
what do
for
you think?
engagement.
Good for engagement?
Yes, yes.
Like viewer engagement?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so the YouTuber tells me that it's good for viewer engagement, but it's bad for the beta, and I think it's gonna be good for the beta because it will have a lot of hiding spaces.
Yeah, how is this guy as a water parameters, this rock? I have no idea. I mean,
Any water parameters would be good that are okay with the general tropical fish that we keep in most aquariums. The temperature, it shouldn't be below like 23, 24 degrees.
and water flow shouldn't be so strong.
And water flow shouldn't be so strong. Look at this, Christmas came early.
Still, I'm doing the gloves. Sorry.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah, by
I'm
the
gonna-
time that you're done with the gloves, I'm also done with the planting, so don't worry about it. And let's start from the bottom, and as we move up, we will have a smaller amount.
Yeah.
So I just want a couple of patches at the top.
Look at this beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh, it's great.
Maybe here you see that.
I'm still kind of missing something here. I know I said that maybe we could put a rock actually, because
Right? Yeah. So yes. Almost
or
done.
we could do it here too. Too much? Or here?
Yeah, that one is yes.
That
That
one?
place is better.
This is where we put in the glass, and then we continue. Aaron is going to be happy that we put in the glass now finally. Erkut,
Yes, sir.
let's break some glass. That's it.
Yes.
They move it almost to the glass,
Okay.
and then I take the other one.
Perfect.
Aaron, did it fit?
Yes, sir. Whoa.
So we're gonna like start to open it a little bit because it's even smaller than Aaron suspected. This very special tool,
Oh.
I'm gonna direct it and you're gonna
Sure.
pour it. Can you do that?
Yes.
Action!
Yes. Oops, sorry. Sorry. But you moved that. Okay.
I know. Blame me, please. it's good. See?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
No, you have to do this. We could add some bigger plants in the back there. Right here, there's a lot of space. So we could put it here. Anything that doesn't grow high, so like Cryptoparva.
Can we use with the small racks with the moss around here on the sand, maybe?
We don't use moss because
okay.
if we use Ricardia, we end up like Tommy did, and all the
yeah,
Ricardia
no
is going to
Ricardia.
die.
No Ricardia.
Even though we don't have the higher temperature for the betta fish, because many people think that you need higher temperature for the betta, but you don't really.
Point.
So,
Yeah, no.
but then even 24 degrees would maybe be too much, borderline too much for the Ricardia.
So good, but yeah, maybe couple details, you know.
Yeah, you can do that, buddy. Rio pebbles.
And same color.
The same color.
Yes. How did you do this, man?
Which one?
That's so nice. You just throw those small rocks?
Yes.
Oh my God. It's like antique mosaics, you know, on the floor. Yeah.
This is proper planting in sand, which is not wet.
It's gonna fall soon. Just keep open the camera so good behind the scenes, you know?
You think that it's gonna float? Don't be such a negative. Come on. This is very, very
No,
floaty.
this is gonna float, but...
This. Stop doing that, Aaron. I don't want spritzing in my face. Don't forget to follow Erkut's YouTube channel. He puts out some really cool content.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you again for being here, Erkut. You're the best.
It was my pleasure, man. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
We'll come back in a couple of weeks to show you how this aquarium develops. All right, a full month has passed by since I built this scape, and the betta fish is right here. Originally, what I wanted about this fish is to be like an orangish color, to go to like complement, to go together with the yellowish color of these stones. And I actually saw a beautiful fish which was sold by the time that I want to release it into the aquarium. We wanted to wait a month for the filter to cycle. The bacteria in the filter need to multiply, and we also wanted to raise the temperature a little bit because we are right next to the entrance of Green Aqua, and during the winter some cold air can get into the gallery exactly from this point. So this would not become room temperature, because I've talked to many people who had bettas, and I'm going to release this little guy while I'm talking. We talked to some better experts, and they told us that you don't really need to have, come on, get in. You don't really need to have, this guy is very reluctant today. He feels good in there, but he's gonna go in. There you go. Oh, beautiful. So actually, many people told us that you don't need a higher temperature for the bettas unless you want to like have fry and eggs and like work on that. But we don't want that, so 23, 24 degrees is good. What we did with the inline heater that we are using in the cabinet right here is that we actually increase the temperature half degrees every week or so, and from 22-ish got to 25, and that's when I released in. These Anubias mini coin plants will tolerate the heat very well, so the 25 degrees that we set here is going to be good for them. I don't see any algae issues in this aquarium. I don't see any plant issues in this aquarium. Obviously, it is a small ecosystem, and all nano tanks are a little bit more fragile biology-wise, like stability-wise, but I don't think that we're going to have huge issues with this. So I thought that it would be a good idea to have a betta which is like yellowish, but I think that this black color, when it gets under the light, it's going to like complement these rocks perfectly, so it's really cool to have this here. Okay, I like the fish selection here. I didn't want to use the red betta. Actually, one of the YouTube guys said that we should use the red one, which was a beautiful, beautiful fish. But I thought that, okay, we use red and very colorful bettas all the time, so let's go for some finesse. And I really like how fine the colors of these little guys are. So, okay. I'm happy with this fish selection. Let me know what color would you have chosen. And with that, we are going to conclude this video. We actually have a full betta video playlist on this channel. If you want to check that out, you can actually see those links here. Don't forget to become a channel member to support the production of this channel, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.